If you've just opened your brand new Singer Promise 2 model 1512 and looking for the accessories, they are in this small compartment. Just reach from the side and pull it out and then look down through the inside. So there should be a little bag, which again you can kind of put accessories back in when you're traveling or putting it away. It's a nice place to kind of keep it all contained. Now when you do pull this off, this does expose the free arm of the machine. That will allow you to get a pant leg on or something small and circular so you can easily kind of work your way around if you're sewing in those areas. Down here is also your bobbin and bobbin case. We're going to teach you how to put your bobbin in right, plus how to clean and oil in this area. So accessories, let's just see what comes with it. There is an extra foot that is not in the bag. This is actually a buttonhole foot. And once again, we will do a video on buttonholes because these three stitches here, the one that are numbered 1, 2, 3, and 4, those are the parts that make a buttonhole. So buttonhole foot, check, comes with it. And then we're going to talk about needles and bobbins and everything else that is tucked in this little bag. So the first thing that I notice is that there are 2 bobbins in the bag, but I will tell you there's usually an third one right here in the bobbin case. So 3 bobbins is usually not enough, but I will tell you good news is that these bobbins are super easy to find. They are a class 15 plastic bobbin. Nothing wrong with plastic, that's just holding the thread. We'll put links below this YouTube video on where you can buy more bobbins for this machine. And we also will put links on where you can buy more needles, but you do have a small little pack of needles. These are standard home sewing machine needles. So you've got one in here. It's a needle that will make the difference in your sewing. So if you're sewing something and things are not looking good, you might just need a new needle or a different kind of needle. So we'll do a link to all of our needle videos right up here in this corner so you can learn more about needles. But this is actually just enough to get you started. But please note, you've got to change needles on a regular basis for this machine to treat you well. So bobbins, needles, good. Other feet, we have 2 more feet that come with this machine, so a total of 4. Your standard presser foot is already on your machine. The one with the little blue toes is actually for sewing buttons on. So no more sewing buttons by hand. You can easily put this foot on, set it down on the button, and select a zigzag and stitch the button in place. So extra foot there, plus a zipper foot. Now you'll notice that there's 2 sides that you can attach the zipper foot to the machine. So and sometimes you're going to be on the left side, sometimes you're going to be on the right side, just depends, but you do want to make sure you're on a straight stitch when you're using this particular foot. So once again, we'll do a video on how to put a zipper in. I know, it's just a straight stitch with the right foot is the key. There are a couple tools in here. This is actually a screwdriver, so this end here will assist in loosening the screw for taking your needle out, and also this screw here for taking your foot off if you're changing out to do and add a walking foot or a free motion quilting foot, and then also to take these 2 screws out for getting underneath this throat plate and cleaning out underneath. So we'll do that in our cleaning and maintenance video. Brush, speaking of cleaning, we need to get in and brush out all that lint. You know, fabrics that are flannel or fleeces, those really add to the lint that builds up. Plus, you do need to buy some oil. That will be something too that will link below this YouTube video. You will need to buy oil. It doesn't come in the accessory packet, and there's special sewing machine light oil. So this is not your cooking oil. This is not your 3-in-1 oil. Please don't use those. But this is also a seam ripper. So every sewing machine seems to come with a seam ripper, which means that apparently they think we're going to make mistakes and we have to rip it out. So you always have a seam ripper close by. This is actually a seam guide. So when slid into the back area of this foot, it is a great way to highlight where to guide your fabric and easily kind of use it as a visual guide. So excellent. We have a couple little felt pads. We'll be putting these down on the thread spool holders, and then that'll keep the spool from giving it a little spin. So let's just put those up there right now. Speaking of thread, we are going to talk a lot about good quality thread. So when I thread up this machine, it makes a difference. If you are using good quality thread, you will find that your sewing is going to be so much better. If you're using old thread or thread that maybe was gifted to you by grandma, let's not use that on this machine. Trust me, it's not worth the headaches. And the last little piece is actually a piece that you can use to cover up the feed dogs. So if you don't want them to be pulling your fabric across, this is what will go right down in those little holes. They kind of clip in, and then that will keep it from being moving your fabric. So super easy to do there. So I'm going to just tuck all these accessories in the compartment so they'll be right at my fingertips when I go to use it, and they will stay close by until I need them. You can also head over to Singer's website where you can buy additional feet to allow this machine to do many more sewing techniques.